It's November and this is the Library Roadshow. On the show today, antique collectibles, games, and a recap of the fabulous Maker Faire. Welcome to the November edition of the Library Roadshow. I'm Mary Stein, and this is a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. This month, the library is brought to you by the letter blend CH and the number 25, as in 25 ways to have fun at the library. Or maybe 25 book recommendations, because the library is now offering a new book chat platform in the digital library to help you pin down book recommendations for all ages. Coming up in November, so many programs and events that promote thankfulness and sharing. Garden Discoveries covers seed sharing. Red Stick Farmers returns to the main library for the Tuesday market. And Feeding Louisiana is sponsoring a Resource Connection Day featuring community helpers. The National Story Corps will partner with WRKF Public Radio and the library in November. They'll be on site at the main library to collect your family stories. Elizabeth Martin recounts her own family stories in her new book, We Are Acadian. Jan Risher introduces her new book, The Question of the Day, as a way to kickstart conversations around the dinner table. Poet Sue Owen will read from her new book, Hurricane in a Bad Mood, and I think we've all been there. And of course, the Louisiana Book Festival takes place early in the month. We're hosting several special events for kids in November. First, LSU School of Theater presents the puppet play Rosita y Conchita, which touches on the traditions of the Day of the Dead. Then Bright Star Theater presents Cherokee Tales. This play for young audiences will be offered throughout the parish. And finally, the Kids Orchestra offers a glimpse into global water dances of indigenous cultures as they pair vocals and drums with Caldecott Medal-winning book, We Are Water Protectors. We'll even host several campfire ball sessions. This improv-style storytelling event basically crowdsources the story from the audience. We're holding sessions for kids as well as adults. How fun! We're bringing back Game On at the library for the whole family in November, and we'll also keep the STEM going with GIS Day. Find out all the details in this month's edition of The Source, available in print or online, or check out the online calendar of events at ebrpl.com.
Free access to books, audio, and library resources are just a few of the benefits available to you when you get a library card. Need free access to a computer? You get that. Want free access to premium digital resources like Mango Languages and lynda.com? You get that. Need to book a meeting space? You get that. Heck, you can even check out a telescope or use a digital printer with your library card. If you live in East Baton Rouge Parish, pick up your free library card from your local branch library today. Premium access to everything the library system has to offer is waiting for you.
We hear adults stress out all the time about math. Their kids' math, that is. Once we've been away from school for a while, we seem to find math so intimidating. So the library looked for several tools you can use at home to take the pain and suffering out of math problems. Whether you're witnessing your elementary age students struggle with math homework or trying to homeschool them yourselves, Tumble Math fills the bill. It's time to find out more in the digital download.
One of the most effective ways to teach math concepts, especially to reluctant learners, is by using stories and literature. Tumble Math has a comprehensive collection of math stories. These are available in the Tumble Book format, which combines animation, narration, and sound to create a compelling and enticing storybook for students. Tumble Math is designed for students from kindergarten through 6th grade. Kids can read along or simply listen to the book. If you're working on a specific math standard, start in the Quiz Portal section. There you can easily identify and select the standard you want to address. The portal contains thousands of quizzes created by math teachers specifically for state standards. Subjects include counting, multiplication, geometry, fractions, measurement, probability, and time and temperature. There are parent and teacher resources to help make the most of Tumble Math, whether learning in school or at home. Each book title includes an accompanying lesson plan and quiz. Find more great educational tools for children in the digital library at ebrpl.com.
We also have great math help in Learning Express and, of course, through Homework Louisiana, which provides access to free online tutors every day till midnight. All you need is that library card. Let's shift gears now and go beyond the stacks.
We're here at the Baton Rouge Maker Faire at the main library on Goodwood, your favorite place in the whole world. We're doing a showcase of makers, the world's greatest show and tell. We've got people out here who are doing crochet, we've got sewers, we've got builders, we've got craftspeople, we've got people using CNC machines and laser cutters, and then most importantly, we've got people making music, instruments, actual music. We've got bands up on the stage, minus the Saint plays at 10. Like, we've got a massive amount of people here who are doing incredible things, making all kinds of stuff, music, instruments, sewing stuff, embroidery. We've got people who are doing mini paintings. We've got people who are showcasing everything. The Ascension Parish Library is here showing off their music stuff. It's a great event, and we're happy to be here.
Our special guest today is musical inventor Brian Day, who's going to show us one of his creations.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Day. I work at a science museum in San Francisco as my day job, a place called the Exploratorium. But outside of that, I've been building instruments for the last 25, 26 years out of things I find in various places like thrift stores and dollar stores, and generally things that are inexpensive. To play the xylophone, there's these craft beads, these wooden balls, and underneath is a little microcontroller, like a little computer type thing that I have this keyboard connected to, so you can press a key and it rotates the xylophone to the right note, and then by turning this knob here, you can change the speed at which the balls turn.
A big part of this is that we always try and bring in new people, fresh blood, that kind of thing. Of course, we've got people returning, but our big theme this year is music, so we want a lot of music. We've got Brian Day, of course, doing his invented instruments. We've got the Contact Mic Workshop over in the Brett Cafe, in which they're making their instruments. They're going to do a homemade instrument like showcase. We've got Erin Damastis, who's doing her own homemade instruments. We've got Lady Chops, who plays on the bucket drums and everything. We've got a ton of people. I'm really excited about the Tiny Ref Desk concert upstairs. We've got the Ukulele Orchestra, the GBR Children's Choir. We've got one of our own library people, Bex Hill, who's doing a thing. It's a huge thing, and it's going to be incredibly loud today. It's going to be great.
So you can think of each of these cubes as a line of code, and we use these to build robots and teach robotics. We've got heat sensors, so you can build all kinds of things, depending on what you want. Burglar alarms, ones that light up when you walk into the room, like an automatic night light, that kind of thing. And you can add Legos to it as well. So it's just a chance to exercise your noggin.
The library is massive in its own community. We are making sure that we are connecting with everybody that's here. I mean, this is a public place. You get to use this place for free. Library card. We're blue in the face from telling you. But the beautiful part of this is this whole event is free. Why not host it at the other free place, the Baton Rouge Library? So we've got all of our stuff here. You can go and see everybody out here, but hey, the library is still open. Come on in, grab a book, grab your library card, go outside, listen to music, sit and read. We've got movies and CDs. Check those out too. Bring them home and then come right back because I want you here.
Part of the library's mission is to inspire creativity and innovation in our community. Be sure to check out the Source newsletter for more ways to explore your passions.
Our 11th Maker Faire was a tremendous success. Over 2,700 people joined us at the main library at Goodwood, and they pretty much stayed all day to make noise, music, and of course, robots. We're already thinking about what next year's fair will be. Stay right there. After the break, Brandon Riley joins me for a chat right here on the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library believes that preparing children to enter kindergarten is good for us all. That's why we created Press Start, an early learning initiative that provides a free activity booklet every month that explores early literacy skills through play and interaction at home. Get a library card. Sign up for Press Start at ebrpl.com/kids.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
I tell my son, I love you every single day.
I love you.
Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
You're watching the November edition of the Library Roadshow, everything you need to know about your local library system. Brandon Riley is our new coordinator for adult programming and community outreach, plus anything else we throw at him. Now that Maker Faire and the Bill of Obligations series are over, he's turned his attention to game day. All right, Brandon, why does the library even care about games?
Well, games are great for developing problem-solving skills, for developing teamwork, and helping people sort of act out aggression in an appropriate manner.
Appropriate ways.
Right?
And social interaction.
Social interaction.
We really went back to games during COVID when people had to realize that they actually needed to speak to the people in their own family.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen on what we're calling Game On?
Well, Game On is November 16th from 10 until 3 p.m. in the afternoon.
Right here at Maine.
Right here at Maine. It's going to be all throughout the building. We're having VR gaming, demonstrations, and also gaming. We have tabletop gaming. We have...
So that would be board games?
Board games like Dungeons and Dragons. There's going to be, we're trying this out this year. We're going to have a setup where you can come in and select a pre-created character and then play a campaign right here.
Oh, okay.
At the library.
All right.
You don't have to have any previous
experience
experience with
needed.
Dungeons and Dragons.
So who needs to come to this?
Everybody. It's for all ages, kids, teens, parents,
grandparents. Right. Do you need to bring a partner?
It helps if you do, but you don't have to.
So what if you don't know how to play a particular game because I've forgotten everything I ever knew?
Well, Game On is as much an activity as it is a demonstration. So if you're interested in a game, you can come in, we'll teach you how to play it.
So there'll be, I don't want to say ringers scattered throughout the library, but coaches or...
Well, there's no money on this table, so...
It's not that kind of game.
Not that kind of game.
All right. Now, what about the library's circulating games and family kits?
Well, I was talking with our teen staff members earlier this week because they're the people that manage that collection. We have lots of new board games like the Really Loud Librarians, Double Dominoes, and King of Tokyo.
I love that.
Right.
We have games for every possible age, from the littles all the way on up.
All the way up. And you can browse our physical collections at Bluebonnet and here, but you can also go online to our website and search for them on our catalog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, back to Game On, do you actually have to register to come?
No, you don't have to register to come.
So just show up and bring whoever you have with you in tow.
Absolutely.
All right, how do folks find out more?
Well, you can go to our website, which is www.ebrpl.com. and just check it out.
Or read about it in the newsletter. Okay, well, I'm really looking forward to developing other programs with you and the team as we game on and go forward. After the break, author Cynthia Young calls in. All that and more coming up next on the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library believes that supporting the education of students is good for us all. That's why we provide access to live, in-person, online tutoring through Homework Louisiana, make available free test preparation tools through Learning Express, plus reference tools for all ages. Get a library card. Get free education at ebrpl.com/homeworkhelp.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Free entertainment is good for us all. That's why we make ebooks and audiobooks available through the Libby app. Get a library card. Get free entertainment at ebrpl.com/digital library.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to waste every year, Feeding America has made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nationwide network of food banks provides more than 3 billion meals, serving virtually every community in the United States, including yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Welcome back to the November edition of the Library Roadshow. My next guest is a graduate of University of Louisiana at Monroe, where she earned a master's degree in public administration. She's currently pursuing her interest in theological studies. Cynthia Young expresses her interest in theology through her writings as an author from right here in Baton Rouge. Cynthia joins me now by phone to discuss her latest book entitled Sacred Civic Action, Engaging in Civic Life. Cynthia, how did you get your start as an author?
I began writing as a form of therapy when my mother passed away in 2007. From these writings, I went on to write and publish my first book as a memoir in 2012. And I have been writing ever since. And I have now published 6 books.
What's this book about?
My most recent book is entitled Sacred Civic Action, Quick Guide to Engaging in Civic Life. It is a book about service to God and service to others. Sacred Civic Action is much more than a book. It's a philosophy that I embrace. And it aims to blend spiritual principles with civic responsibilities to educate, engage, and empower people to take civic action. It serves as a guide for making meaningful impact in your community and society as a whole.
What inspired you to write this book?
I was inspired to write the book because I believe we all as citizens have a responsibility to participate in civic life. And the truth of the matter is we don't always know how that looks. I hear folks ask the question all the time, how can they be involved? There is a way to be engaged without having to sacrifice your sacred values. I believe it starts with education.
What advice would you share with an aspiring author?
I believe we all have a story inside of us to tell, and we don't always know how to go about telling our stories. And telling our stories in the form of writing. I encourage aspiring authors to first think about why you want to write a book, and the message you want to share. If writing a book is what you truly want to do, then go for it. There is someone who will benefit from your writing. Don't give up. At times you may feel discouraged. If you keep writing, then eventually you will see your writing in the form of a book, and you will be so proud.
How can our viewers stay connected with you and your work?
Viewers can stay connected to me and the work I'm doing by visiting my website. That's at www.allthingscynthiayoung.com. Again, that's www.allthingscynthiayoung.com. And you can also connect on Facebook at Institute for Glowing in Grace. Institute for Glowing in Grace is our coaching and teaching ministry that promote personal and spiritual growth. Thank you.
Thanks, Cynthia. Your book actually ties in beautifully to our series, The Bill of Obligations, and paves the way for some programs we've planned for the spring.
Is this your family? My name is Father Alex Harb. I'm the pastor of St. Charbel Maronite Catholic Church with the second annual Lebanese Festival. The Lebanese Festival is a one-day cultural event to share food, music, and cultural geography, history with the people of Baton Rouge, to be able to bring awareness and enrich the life and culture of Louisiana as well. There have been Lebanese people in Louisiana for about 150 years, starting as merchants and traders coming through the port in New Orleans, and rising to some of the highest ranks within Louisiana: politicians, doctors, lawyers, engineers, business people. And it's a great opportunity to be able to share this small part of the culture with Baton Rouge, Louisiana. There are maybe more Lebanese restaurants per capita in Baton Rouge than any other city in the South. We're raising money for Caritas, which is a charity organization, a relief organization that operates in Lebanon, and a 501c3 in the U.S. as well. And so we're working with them. We're working to raise money for them to support the victims of war. Many of the people here are members of our congregation, some with Lebanese ancestry, some without. And then there are other people who aren't part of our parish or community that are here, either other Lebanese or just people from the Louisiana community. The library's been a great partner. They've been very hospitable, letting us use their spaces, has made this possible. We're a small group without a large property, and so we wouldn't have been able to host it anywhere else.
Thanks. This was such a lovely event. Music, munchies. I wish you could smell how delicious my chicken shawarma and hummus was. Stay right there. You're watching the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library believes that making things is good for us all. That's why we have maker spaces at 4 locations and a 3D printing service at the main library. The maker spaces have a variety of tools and equipment to enable both creative and practical projects. This includes 3D printers, sewing machines, audio-visual gear, and much more. Get a library card. Get free access to maker spaces at ebrpl.com/makerspaces.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Free entertainment is good for us all. That's why we make ebooks and audiobooks available through the Libby app. Get a library card. Get free entertainment at ebrpl.com/digital library.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
A thriving business community is good for us all. That's why we help entrepreneurs start businesses with Gale Business Builder. Get a library card, grow your business at ebrpl.com/business.
You're watching the November edition of the Library Roadshow, a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. Now, I come from a family of collectors, and while I paid attention most of the time to what my mother, grandmother, and great-grandmothers told me about special objects in the house, I still get confused. I really need help to figure out what I have, what it was used for, and how to clean and protect it. And each year, Attic Treasures and Collectibles helps me out.
Let's start off with this one. World War II.
So today we're having our Attic Treasures and Collectibles event where patrons can bring in their treasured items, their flea market finds, all their collectibles. It could be anything from furniture to jewelry, and we have local and regional specialists that will give them a sense of what the history is of the item and also the value. People are excited to come in and see what their items are worth and get a little sense of the history of them. They get to meet other people with their same interest, and the specialists get to network with each other and also with the public, and it's just really a fun time. This year what's interesting is someone brought in an antique rocking horse, and the tail is actually made of human hair, and I've not seen one of those before, so that was exciting. Someone brought in a card from the United States Senate of 1952 with Lyndon Baines Johnson's signature, but we learned that it's a stamp and not a real signature. So those are a couple of the interesting items that I've seen. Well, the library's mission is really to serve the public with cultural events, with educational events, to provide information and resources, and this touches on both educational and cultural.
Such a beautiful day. We're so grateful to our local experts for sharing their knowledge with us at this 24th edition of Attic Treasures and Collectibles. And now for today's contest. Visit the library's Facebook page at facebook.com/ebrpl. Show us some cool, crazy thing from your attic or maybe even your crazy kitchen drawer. Can you figure out what it's used for? If you need help, remember that the library has hundreds of books on antiques, plus Covell's and the Price for Antiques database online, useful for identification purposes. That's facebook.com/ebrpl, and while you're there, enjoy. We're not your grandfather's library anymore. What's coming up on the Library Roadshow in December? Holiday happenings and seasons readings, of course. Thanks so much for joining us on the Library Roadshow, and remember, your East Baton Rouge Parish Library is open 7 days a week at each and every one of 14 branches, plus 24/7 on the web. Check us out at ebrpl.com.